Hello and welcome back. Welcome to the week 3 where we'll be looking at Merdeka, Decolonisation and Independence. In the previous week, we have explored Malaysia under the colonial powers and the questions surrounding that topic. This week, we will shift our focus towards the process of decolonisation that has paved the road to independence in Malaysia.
Merdeka! 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 Merdeka!
The effort of the nation builders and the man behind independence, Tunku Abdul Rahman's journey to gain independence was indeed a challenging one. Hence, this week we'll be exploring the various social forces involved in mobilizing for independence, the different communities and political ideologies of the independent movement. To conceptualize our independent topic this week, we will be scrutinizing the period before independence and also after the World War II. In relation to this topic, we have interviewed scholars and experts from various fields to discuss on the themes that I have mentioned earlier. Let's listen to Dr. Sumit and Dr. Loh on their expert opinion on this topic.
One of the interesting things about this part of the world is we have at least four contemporary nation states with the same national language, more or less, minor differences. Brunei, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. Now how does this come about? Not only do these nation states exist, but they also at least claim officially to have very different national characters. Some of that is quite easily explained. The whole idea of a nation state is something that's connected to authenticity and difference, and hence the need to assert a particular identity in each instance. Now, as I have already suggested, my interest is in seeing the world from which these nation states emerged, hence the use of the term Malay world, a means by which I can project into the past and look at a time when these boundaries didn't exist, and you could speak of a transnational history, let's say. So how do let's not to talk about all four countries would not be allow me to give you a good illustration, but it's interesting, I think, to compare the two countries that emerge from the major colonial states, which was the Netherlands Indies and British Malaya. From the Netherlands Indies we get Indonesia. From British Malaya emerges Malaysia. In each instance there are ways in which the societies were shaped differently by the individual colonial states. So aside from what I said earlier, which is nation states around the world, in fact, driven to individualize their particular national identities and even derive particular national myths and histories. So nevertheless, when we're talking about the differences that emerge in the case of Indonesia and Malaysia, for instance, we have to take into consideration different colonial states in which, for instance, the category race is implemented in different ways. The social organization and political organizations of the colonies were also quite different. an area that I am particularly knowledgeable about is the interaction between long-standing migrations from what is today the Yemen and this part of the world, the Malay world. People who are from a valley called the Hadramaut, for the most part, who are called Hadrami. There have been Arabs like this coming to this part of the world in significant numbers for at least 500 years. But with colonialism, they become subjects of different colonial states and are subject to very different rules. If you look at Malaya alone, there are places where Arabs were considered Malay under the colonial state, and also places where they would have been considered foreign. So there are different ways in which the colonial states understood difference, understood cultural and geographical difference, and these were also frequently up to the vagaries of local officials or based on very local context, you know. So while Malaysia and Indonesia today assert very different national identities as part of a kind of the logic of nation states, they also emerge from very different colonial states that from at least the early 19th century did shape these societies very differently.
我叫秦嘉欣，那时候我们这个深夜才是没有这么热闹的东西，才是600多间的屋子的。600多间。啊，原政府的时候，我们原政府的时候弄到我们华人的去工作的时候，又要脱衣服啊。女人也是要脱衣服，男人也是要脱衣服，只是换底裤。为什么呀？他要看你有藏着什么东西啊，藏着药品啊。军政府的时候有开门的时候，有6点半7点钟才可以开门，你们才可以去做工的吗？国民这个时候你就要去，他就是说我们要去工作，那个时间你们要等那个门一开。要去调查你的身上、你的脚车啊，你放着有看你有带那个东西去，要检查到你的进女人的，男人进男人的。